This video is a follow-up to the video I did yesterday, and clearly I did a weak job, so I always am willing to admit my faults. My video yesterday talked about retirement is not biblical. While it's not biblical, I'm getting a lot of comments from people who are saying, what about Mary Magdalene who retired to the cave? What about people who can't physically work? What about people? So I want to apologize straight up for my weakness in putting out a poor example of God's message. And I know you guys are amazing, so thanks in advance for any forgiveness you extend me. So what I really wanted to focus on was the fact in that Bible verse that God gave us that said, "You fool, you've built up all this stuff and now you're going to eat, drink, and be merry." He said, this very night, your life will be expected of you. So when I talk about retirement not being biblical, what it refers to is this, and I know you people watch me from around the world. Mwah, thank you. I thank you for those of you who've told me where you are in Croatia and South Africa and Holland and all these amazing countries that I've visited some. Can't wait to visit the rest of your countries. But here in America, precisely in this land of wealth and abundance, there's this mentality that you've got to save. Here's how much you need to save every month. So what do you want to have when you retire? Do you want to have traveling? Do you want to have a boat? Do you want to have golf every day? Do you want to have... And so the mentality of setting up a retirement fund is based on the play and the fun you want to have. And so my video is more directed towards this idea of living a life of luxury, stopping work and going to play for 5, 10, 15, 20 years. This is the life. You'll hear about so many people who their families will say, and he just retired last year and he died this year. He never really got that much time. And so let me clarify that absolutely some people are going to physically retire from their jobs. But what God is referring to is, are you still being productive for the kingdom? Are you volunteering? What are you doing with that time after retirement? How are you using it? You using it for yourself, self-gratification, luxury, or are you using it for others? Now, I want to be very careful there because, of course, I messed up yesterday already. Sometimes retiring so that you can spend time with your grandchildren, that's still work. That is still worthy. That's still part of your vocation. Retiring to be grandparents, and I'm not even talking, because I'm being super sensitive this time, I'm not talking just about those of you who have to become a granny nanny and you're actually babysitting every day. No, some of us can't even do that. Some of you don't have the health for that. And some of you don't have the mental stamina for that, because some of our grandchildren can be very athletic and exhausting. Not that I'm speaking from experience. Barrett, that's my grandson. But your job, if I use this example of grandparent, is to shape the minds of those children God gave you. And if he's shaping the minds of precious little grandchildren, that's not considered retirement in this example. You've given up a paying job, and actually that's even more sacrificial, where you could continue to work. And now you're continuing to work for the kingdom for free. For those of you that are just of poor health and you are only able to pray all day, only able to knit all day, but you knit for other people. I know these beautiful ministry at my church where they knit prayer blankets, and I know others. My Aunt Mary is extremely talented, one of the most talented people I know. And she makes clothing, little tiny clothing for teddy bears of deceased people to put on the teddy bear so that they always have a piece of that teddy bear. Now, these are things that I know women do. My husband's health is not good. He can't physically build houses like he used to. But when he retires, if he's able to instruct a grandson, a friend, even if he has to sit or can't do it himself, And he's instructing another of the younger generation how to do what he once did. That's not a true retirement in the biblical sense. So I hope this is making sense. The gist of the message was to stop and live a life all about yourself, only about pleasure, goes against the Christian message. We are to work always until our dying breath to win souls for the kingdom. How did God call you to do it? Did he call you to do it through your 9-to-5 job? Did he call you to do it through your grandchildren? Did he call another one of you to do it through, I don't know. I'm trying to think. Maybe you should post and tell me how you are using your retirement. Maybe that's better. Tell me, how are you using your retirement years to serve God? That's an other-centric type of retirement, and God has no problem with that whatsoever. One last thing. It also refers to consider the younger version. The video I did a couple weeks ago on the vice of sloth, the deadly sin. So this would be likened to a younger person who is virile and strong and able to work, but chooses yet not to because he or she is lazy. That's, again, complementary message to this. Now you're older, you don't have the same strength, but are you just being lazy and sitting around, or are you working somehow? I hope this message made sense. I hope I've redeemed myself. I never, ever, ever want to send anyone in the wrong direction. Every time I do a video, I ask the Lord, please, Lord, only put in my mouth words that you would have me speak. And if I ever do him a disservice, I beg of him forgiveness. But that's my hope. I just want to win souls for heaven. If you're not saved yet, if you're not turned to God, I want you to turn to God. His way is just perfect. Whether it's focused in your marriage or your work life or your health, God's way is perfect, even if the world is telling you not. I just want to get you in heaven. We can talk about it then. Could you imagine? Millions and millions and billions. Look, if we have as many years in heaven as the national debt is right now, it'll be forever. We'll get to be with one another, laughing, playing, enjoying our leisure time, and serving the Lord together. And I so look forward to meeting you. I do. I do. May it be soon. I don't know about you, but I personally don't care if I'm gone tomorrow or if I have another 100 years. Whatever the Lord wants of me, I want to serve him. I hope you do the same. I love you so much. I just really do. I'm Dr. Christine Bacon. Thanks for watching another Bacon Bit. And as always, don't forget to live your life sunny side up.